Hi, Fishers. My name is Eileen White. I am your epidemiologist at the Fishers Health Department. I started here in June, and I am going to start giving you weekly updates, which are more meant to be data dives into some of what we have on the dashboard. So today I wanted to go over with you what we will be looking at on our community-wide dashboard and clarify some of the issues. And then I also wanted to talk a little bit about where we're moving forward with our website and some of the data on there. So I'm going to share my screen with you real quick. I wanted to give everyone a look at the community-wide dashboard here, and I wanted to go over a few pieces of information. So you can see that we have, over the past 14 days, a number of new positives, as well as a number of total positives. This number here is what I'm seeing there's some confusion with. This is the percentage of Fishers population that's positive, and it is a cumulative number. We have 794 positives that we just took over the population to give us the 0.85%. That just gives us an idea of what the burden of disease looks like overall in our community since we were able to start testing. So we have 0.85% of Fishers has been found to be positive for COVID. That is not the same as the percent of positive tests, which is a metric that we use in outbreak investigations in epidemiology to have an idea of whether we are having community spread widely or whether it's something that is small and we're able to contact trace and isolate to stop the outbreak. So I wanted to clarify that this is what this number means. I did also want to go over the fact that we have our deaths represented here, and over the past 14 days we don't have any, but total we have 35. I wanted to take a look at the age breakdown here and show you that if you click on the age groupings, you can see that those 0 to 19 patients are represented in that chart, and it changes to reflect each age group that you've highlighted. So you can see that more recently we have a lot more 0 to 19-year-olds. You can also see that the males are representing a larger burden of that group. And then if you look at 20 to 29-year-olds, you'll see that they have also increased over time and that the females are a bigger part of that group. You can see over here that these numbers will change as you look at the age breakdown. I did want to show you also with this graph and explain a bit about it. This is the number of confirmed positives by date. We in Fishers wanted to look at the date at which somebody was swabbed, meaning when they got the nose swab to diagnose, because that is the closest date to their actual disease. So we are using an event date provided to us by the State Health Department, which is the closest and most accurate representation of when a person was sick, to report our cases. The State Health Department is using investigation start date, which is the date that they received the report. Given the long lab delays that are happening, that means that if a patient was swabbed and then the lab took 2 or 3 weeks to come in, which has happened, those tests are not reported until that date. That doesn't give us an understanding of when people in our area are sick. So we are using this event date, and so it will look a little different than the State Health Department or the County Health Department websites. This gives us the most accurate idea of what's happening in Fishers. We also have an averaging line, which you can see here, and that's a 7-day rolling average, which gives us an idea of the movement of disease and how our burden is increasing or decreasing over time. Obviously, now we are in a higher space. We are having a surge of cases, and so that has increased. I will caution you the last week or so of data we want to be cautious about. It's preliminary data. The State Health Department is getting labs in, as I said, anywhere from a few days after the swab to as much as 2 or more weeks. So some of these last dates will change. You'll see it filling in over time. So that's what I wanted to go over with you about our dashboard, but I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what we're looking forward to. We have some changes coming to the website. We're going to add something called a COVID Research and Data Hub, which will be a great place to go to for research and information on COVID and justifications for some of the metrics that we'll be using, as well as research that's coming out from all the independent sources in CDC and WHO, including Harvard Global Health Institute. And we will keep our metrics that we plan to be using for looking at our reopening plans. And those are the percent of positive tests, as well as the case incidence. So we'll be having those on that website as well with graphs. So look for that coming up. I will be doing this website or this weekly update to keep you updated on what we are working on at the health department as it pertains to data. So stay tuned for next week's weekly update. Feel free to send questions and messages in, anything that you want to see on the next weekly update. And hopefully on the new website, we'll have a place where you can enter in any questions and they'll come directly to me. Okay, thanks so much. I'll see you next week, Fishers.